We'd like to actually now do a spotlight on one of our summer interns.
Yes.
This week, Liliana will speak about one of her favorite topics, Ballet Folklórico.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me. Okay, so hi everyone. So my name is Liliana, and today I will be talking about Ballet Folklórico and its history, and then a little bit of my experience. So next. So Ballet Folklórico comes from the country of Mexico, in case you didn't know. It is represented through its 32 states, but originally it was founded in its capital, which is La Ciudad de Mexico or Mexico City. And now it comes here because next, Amalia Hernandez Navarro was actually from here. And
Next slide.
she, since she was little, she was raised by a mother who was very artistic, and she wanted Amelia to express her artistic side as well. So they enrolled her in very different things, including singing and dancing. And now dancing was something that really clicked to her and she really loved doing. And her parents loved seeing her doing it so much that they built a studio for her in their own home. And I mean, I would love to have my own studio in my house.
I know my son would as well.
Right?
Yes.
So at the age of 17, she enrolled into a school of dance, but she dropped out a little short after for personal reasons. But her passion didn't stop there. A few years later, she became a teacher and a choreographer for dance. And in 1952, she founded what was the first Ballet Folklórico group under her name. And it had 8 people in the beginning, and then 10 years into it, the ensemble grew to about 60 people. And to this day, her group keeps growing, and her legend still keeps going, even though she passed away. So it's really great that people are so passionate about it and keep it going and keep their culture alive.
60 is a big group.
It is a big group, yes. Next. So if you don't know what Ballet Folklórico is, essentially it is just dancing that represents Mexican culture, traditions, or religion. So these dances all convey a message, and it's really great that the audience gets to feel this message and see the message and hear the message, because the music does have a lot to do with that as well. So you can see here the display of the different dresses. These are all from different states, which is really nice to see the variety in these dresses. So we focus on the one that has the blue and kind of like the star marked on the right hand corner. That one comes from the state of Jalisco. And something that I want you guys to know is that the dresses kind of vary. Essentially, there's like a basic design, but depending on the team, sometimes the dresses have different designs on them, or they're like just different styles of them. But essentially, the blueprint is the same for the dress. And if you notice, some dresses have the ability to move your arms high and move with the skirt. However, some other dresses are just skirts or very straight down, where you can't do that. And that also has a lot to do with the type of music that it is. Maybe some songs don't require you to move as much. And of course, when you're dancing with a partner, it is a very different experience than dancing on your own. But it's all really nice to see the variety that's included here. Next.
So do you have, do you have a dress like any of the ones you're showing us?
I do. I have a dress from Jalisco, and although it's different, it is actually blue and green with flowers. So it is a little bit different, but essentially, like I said, it's the same. And I have owned about 5-6 dresses.
All very beautiful. The pictures here.
Yes. So if you see here, thank you to the production team, you can see that these shirts are embroidered, and now the dresses that were shown before, those are embroidered too, the designs, and both of these have some lovely flowers that are embroidered into it. And it's great because you can show it off with just a simple shirt. You don't have to wear the whole costume, which is really great. Thank you. So if you focus on this region specifically, this comes from the state of Veracruz. And if you see on the map, Veracruz kind of runs through the Gulf of Mexico. Now it's at the border there. And it's a very coastal place, a lot of water, very calm, a lot of heat. So the dress that this is danced with, it's a very simple dress, a very light dress. And it's made with that purpose that it kind of resonates how the state is And it is one of the lightest dresses to dance in. If you didn't know, these dresses weigh so much. It's so many yards of fabric, and it's really painful to keep your arms up for so long. But this one is a really light one. So this one's my favorite, actually. And so you can see that it doesn't have a lot of pop of color except for the headpiece or maybe some jewelry or the little apron that they wear. which is really nice. This can be used with a fan too. So it's a very flirty dance. This region is very, very flirty, which is nice. And if we focus on the flirtiness, the headpieces that they wear, they're called tocados, but they're just headpieces. If you wear the flowers to the left, it means you're single. And if you wear the flowers to the right, it means you are married. So I think that was really interesting because I didn't know, which is really nice. So we can see here, very lovely demonstration of that. So yeah, it's really nice to see how culture is represented through this, and now it's really, really nice. Next. Okay, so if we focus a little bit on the shoes, I don't know if you guys have ever seen performers, but usually their shoes aren't really worn off, and you're probably like, do they not dance enough or what's going on? But what it is that we have designated shoes for practicing and designated shoes for performing. If we focus on the left, those are what the males wear, and just basic boots, and they don't really have that much variety. It's just black and white. But if we focus on the woman's side on the right, you can see that the black shoes, there's red shoes, there's white shoes, and then there's boots. The black shoes that you see on the right corner and the black boots that you see on the left, those are the ones we typically use for practice. And then what shoes you wear kind of depends on what your team likes. So if your dress has a little pop of red, maybe you will wear the red shoes or the white shoes. The black shoes are not ones that you really dance in, but they're nice to practice in. And these shoes typically last about 2 to 3 years, because if you didn't notice, the bottom of the shoes and how the sound is produced is through nails. So there's nails that kind of run into the shoe, and that's what produces the sound essentially. So these wear off, but I mean, you just replace them and you have a new pair of shoes.
Kind of like tap shoes, right?
They are very similar to tap shoes. Yeah, so tap shoes are very similar. They have like a metal bar, and these are kind of just nails, but they produce essentially similar noise. So yeah, it's really nice to see that. Next. So a little bit about me. So I've been a dancer for about 8 years. I started with a company called Orgullo Mestizo when I was very young. I was at that age where I wanted to find a hobby and a passion, and dance was one of them. I tried hip hop out, but it didn't click to me as much as this did. And it was really nice to be in a studio and in a place and see everyone having the same passion as me, and it grew to me, and now it's something that I love to do. So I learned a lot from there. We moved away from there, and I did not have a group, but I was in high school. So my high school had a club, and that's where I joined. And I made a lot of beautiful memories, and I learned a lot. And I was able to be president and vice president, and I'll be president again of the dance team. It's really nice because I get to teach them, and I think that's beautiful because I want people to dance as I do and continue the culture essentially too. And then now I am currently still in school, but I am also dancing with an academy called Relámpago del Cielo. And it's a very huge academy. We dance with 60 people on stage sometimes. Sometimes it's just 4 of us. It really depends. And I love the variety that's in it and the diversity also. So it's really great. And this is something that I hope to continue, many, many years. And I hope to pass down to my children. So it's something that I'm really passionate about, and I'm happy to be able to express my culture. So thank you.
Wow, very
Wow.
accomplished.
Yes,
You are,
very
and
accomplished. It's
very
awesome.
articulate presentation. Very nice.
Yeah, continuing the theme of
Yeah.
dance at SMA, right?
That's right. Yeah, I think last year we tried to teach ourselves how to dance by hiring a professional dancer
Yep.
on our Zoom
And
calls.
we've had some ballroom dancers here in the
Yeah,
past,
we have.
and others.
Right.
But this is fantastic.
So,
Beautiful, beautiful.
Are there
dance.
any opportunities to watch this type of dance in Southern California coming up?
I mean, we perform around the community.
Uh-huh.
I have a performance this Saturday. It's a virtual performance, so it's something new, which is really exciting. But yeah, we perform around the community, private parties, anything we do. We have a lot of public events. We like to dance publicly more than anything. So yeah.
Fantastic.